Good morning. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, Penn.
Good morning, Sharon. How you doing?
How are you doing this morning? Good morning, everyone in the chat. Good morning, Ona Nice. Good morning, JJ Cord Cutters. Good morning, Miss Octavia. Give a few minutes. Let's see. A few minutes for some more people to make it in this morning.
What's up, Miss Octavia? JJ, nice. What's going on, y'all?
Hopefully, everyone's had a great evening. Hopefully, everyone has a good morning so far. Let me see.
Hey, good morning, Michael.
Okay, waiting in line at the vet. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Appointments. Okay, it's 6:40. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Michael. I've got you on West Coast time. Yeah, hopefully everything goes great at the vet for you, because I know you said your dogs were sick earlier, Miss Octavia. So hopefully everything goes great for your the vet visit. Your dogs get well soon.
Hope all is well.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's your Friday. Yeah, JJ, because tomorrow's your off day, and you have a great show coming tomorrow. So you guys make sure you go and subscribe to JJ so you can catch his great show tomorrow at noon and 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central. Make sure you guys go check out JJ tomorrow.
I'm about to put JJ's channel in the chat.
He has that great show.
Oh.
He's a part of ICC, which is for International Cord Cutters.
Shout out to ICC.
Yeah, shout out to ICC, which is JJ, the Southern Tech Girl, Tim Windsor, Ian, and Cross. And they make up the team of ICC. Can you believe it's October already?
I know, right?
Yeah. So we got 34 days, I guess. Is it that much time to voting?
It's getting close.
Yeah, 34 days until election day. Yeah, so you guys, if you haven't registered, make sure you go exercise your right to go register so you can go ahead and be ready to vote. 34 days left. Good morning, Clifford Gallagher. How are you this morning?
Hey, good morning, Clifford.
Yes. So you guys make sure. And what channel is this right here, Pen?
I'm pasting all the ICC channels.
Oh, okay. And okay, this is Southern Tech Girls channel. Make sure you go subscribe to her. Make sure you hit that bell icon.
What's up, Latif? How you doing?
This is Tim's channel. Make sure you go hit that bell icon so you get notified for whenever we do. Oh no, Lakers. I know I should be changing my icon this morning.
Yeah, Quinn. I was like, I think almost 7 minutes in the third quarter, I fell asleep, man. But they was like up like what 20 something points. So I woke up and game won.
I know I fell asleep. I did too. I fell asleep on you. I tried to stay woke. I tried to stay woke and watch it. And change my icon. So
hey, Hey, you got everybody. I thought Sharon would have stayed to the end for LA. You were like, nope.
I tried. I tried. I was at 4 p.m.
Yeah, well, all right. In her defense, she really she did really try to stay up, guys, but I fell asleep as well. So
Hmm.
I was
This is
out.
yes. This is Cross's channel. You guys make sure you can subscribe to all their channels. Hit the bell icon so you'll be notified if they put out videos, if they go live. You know, we definitely want to support our brothers and sisters over at ICC. Once
Yes.
again, Lakers, Lakers, Lakers.
Yes, I
Yes.
posted Telegram group
And
page.
I see where they definitely have the Sabrina online at Best Buy. I'm not sure it's in the store. They didn't. I called my local Walmart this morning, and they did not have. I was disappointed. They did not have Sabrina at my local Walmart this morning. So
Oh,
yeah,
mm,
yeah. I forgot to call Lowe's this morning when they opened up. I was going to call and find out that they have it at my local Lowe's as well. I forgot, but they didn't have it at my local Walmart. But good morning,
what's up, Butcher?
Dabs. How are you this morning? I'll put the link out if you'd like to get on. You're welcome to get on. You don't have to, but you're always welcome to come on if you like. Let's see. Good morning, Mac Daddy. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Mac Daddy.
And I know that they have the new 4K. I'm not 4Ks. The new not 4Ks, but the new Fire Stick lights. They do have them at Best Buy, and they do have them available on Amazon and at some Best Buys. So
Okay.
and from what I heard, at some WalMarts too. Was it Walmart? Somebody was saying they couldn't keep it on the shelf. I forgot, but for sure at Walmart, I mean, at Best Buy and at Amazon, they have the new the new shaking off them beers from last night. I was like, oh, I hear
Hey,
you.
hey, take it easy, Butcher.
Oh yeah,
Here,
hey, I can understand.
yeah. Hey, if you gotta,
Yeah, taking it easy. Hey, I can understand that. I can
yep.
understand that.
Hey,
But
Butcher,
yeah,
as long as you're good for tomorrow, man.
I know that. Rest up for tomorrow. But you got
Yeah.
a big show. Yeah. Um. But yeah, they had their lunch yesterday at 2 o'clock. Google, and I watched some of it at their new devices. It was pretty interesting. And let me go back in some of my news that I posted because a lot of the news I posted in our MS7 group. There's so much news, and here I always have to go back.
Hey, what's up, Canby? Morning.
Good morning, Canby. How are you this morning? Okay, have a great day at the office, Canby.
Yep, yep.
See, McDay says about to upgrade to the SSD Mini T34. Okay,
Oh, that's what's up. Nice.
let's see. We're way up. There was a lot of basketball going on last night. But
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
yes. So anyway, Google will sell an Ethernet adapter also to go with the new Chromecast. The Ethernet adapter, let me see, will be for $20. So let me see. Let me go on Google 9 to 5 to see if I can share some stuff on Google 9 to 5 for 1 second. I know coffee. I forgot to make my thing, and I didn't think about it till literally time for the show to start. I was like, oh, I forgot to make my cappuccino.
Mm.
So maybe I'll make it because I woke up right at 6 o'clock this morning. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
right at 6. I just got up. I was like, oh,
Yup. Hey, good morning, Southern Tech Al.
good morning, Southern Tech girl. How are you this morning?
All I need is some ice cold water. That'll do it for me.
I
Wait,
cannot now. See, most of
what?
the time, my water has to be
Ooh.
room temperature.
Oh, really? Hey, well, as far as like when I first get up and I still feeling tired, I'm like ice cold water. Mm. Wakes
Mhm.
you right up. Wakes you. I'm telling you, wakes you right up.
Mm-mm.
Just drink it. Just drink it. Just straight like I'm up.
I don't know why I always had to have it like I'm a room temperature type.
Yeah, depends. Hey, what's up, Chan? Good morning, man.
Morning, Ken. One
20
second.
in here. Yeah. Y'all smack the like button. Show sharing some love, y'all.
Yeah. Here, let me put the good morning, Ken. How are you? No, it's not quite your I'm not gonna put the link out yet for you because I know it's not quite your lunchtime yet. I was trying to show to the thing we were talking about on Google 9 to 5. I can find it real quick.
Hmm.
I just have to go back in my Telegram 1 second. Let's just look at it on here. But they have we're just gonna show some exclusives that Google 9 to 5 is coming out with. We'll just go with that. I think I would just go with that.
What's up, Tara?
Good morning, Tara. How are you this morning?
What y'all eat
I'll get
for
ready to share
breakfast?
my screen on that. I have not eaten breakfast, so I'll probably get hungry during the show.
Ah,
But I've not even eaten breakfast either. Good
Southern Tech,
morning, Latif. How are you this morning?
a breakfast
I
sandwich. That was about it.
haven't made it that far. Okay, here is Google 9 to 5, and here is some of their exclusives that they have coming out. Google is planning to launch a brand new smart speaker, Familiar, um, that tells a device what to look. It's unassuring with Familiar. Um, so this is the new speaker. 1 second. I don't want to click on the full story, but it looks like the speaker that they already have right here. Let me see. I don't want to click. Let me see. I was going to click for the story. Like the same speaker they already have that they're launching, but it's a Prince. So this is their new speaker. One of their new speakers they're coming out with. It's called the Prince.
Hmm. The Prince. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then let me skip past the phone, past their watch. We had something else on here. This is the Ultra based TV with the remote that they were coming out with.
Hmm.
Just want to stroll past that. Wait a minute, I guess I'm going too fast. I had seen something else when I was back here looking. I guess I'm
Okay.
fast. Mm-hmm. I've been going too fast. This
Did
is
that
not what.
say Google and Pokemon built that? I just read something.
Where you seen that at?
I think if you like scroll up a little bit, I could have sworn it said Pokemon.
Right here.
Is that yeah?
This game right here.
Okay. Oh, for the Pixel 4. Okay.
Yeah, for the Pixel 4. Yeah,
Hey, good
for
morning,
that.
Layden.
Good morning, Leighton.
Latif,
For those
is that Amazon the Chromecast? I was on the phone. Last I checked, I did not see it come up as a listing. I mean, I'm not sure how Amazon is going to be handling the release of it on their site. I'm not sure.
maybe because I'm sharing my screen, I may have to stroll to it and then reshare my screen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not pulling up what I wanted to show. So maybe that's why
Plus, it
I'll
seems
do
like
my
it's a whole lot of
unshare and
articles
then
on that one page too.
it is. It is a
Yeah,
lot of articles on this page. So I'll reshare it later.
yeah.
After I find it in the close article. So
Mm,
or I'll go back. I go directly to the article that I originally want to share anyway.
okay. Hmm. So who's actually getting the Sabrina that's in the chat right now? May get myself one just to test it out. But Amazon gonna be petty.
Probably are
Uh,
gonna be petty. I feel like
yeah.
they're gonna come up with something around Prime Day. They're coming out with something else. I feel like watch out around Prime. They got something up their sleeve. I feel like for sure, for sure, they definitely have something else up their sleeve.
Wait, one. Is y'all putting the ones in? Say, so is y'all getting us a
These are the
Sabrina?
people who says Ken. These are people who say they're getting. Remember you asked the
Okay.
one man. Yes. Remember you asked who else was getting the Sabrina. So
All right.
everybody putting a one mean they're getting a Sabrina. So
Cool.
yeah, Southern Tech Girl, Ken and Leighton. Me. I should put one.
Yeah, you should definitely put one.
For the one, you getting the Sabrina, right?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Nell. How are you this morning?
Hey, Miss Nell.
Don't need to buy anything, but we'll see. I'm just interested because it's finally doesn't. You finally do more than cast with it, so that's interesting because it has a remote. So that's why I'm excited about the Sabrina. This was their other biggest thing they were talking about. They were coming out with. So I'm gonna share my screen on this real quick. They were really talking about this on their premiere yesterday of their launch thing that they had on Google night thing they had yesterday on YouTube that I watched was this speaker. They talked about the Google Nest audio speaker. It was $99 to $100. 99 100. This mini max speaker. This is supposed to be going also up against the A word, Alexa. So this is their new thing they're coming out with too. It's supposed to be similar to the speaker. So they did a lot. They did a launch thing on this new speaker too. So this is one thing they launched as well yesterday. Is this speaker right here, the Google Nest audio speaker. So I don't know if anybody wants to put a trigger on that as well.
Google Nest audio speaker.
Mm-hmm. So that was another thing that was big that they came out with yesterday.
Yes, good morning, Cross. And
Good
Cody,
morning,
man,
good
sending
afternoon,
prayers
Cross.
your way, man.
Yes, definitely for sure. Send up thoughts and prayers, Cody man. Thoughts and prayers for you. So that was another big thing that they had going on yesterday. So I thought
Uh,
that was interesting. Is that speaker that they came out with? And like I said, I don't know if anybody's interested in that, getting that speaker.
okay, gonna pull the trigger on it.
Oh yeah, he's got to test it. He has to test it. And then also something else I was gonna click. Let me see. Also, let me see. Go back to some other news. One second, let me go back on here. See if anybody had any questions or anything. Look at Ken already put speaker 111. That means he's getting that
Oh,
speaker.
oh yeah, no doubt.
For real. So yeah. I don't like I said, I'm not sure. Um they said that in other news, they said that Fubu will go public, according to the NASDAQ. Fubu will be going public. So
Hmm.
you guys better put $11 up from, so you could pay from $9 to $11 a share. So you better put your stock in. You want to get that if you want to put your money in, pay your shares, become rich off of Fubu. They're about to go public. I think it's about too late because isn't it 9? Isn't that usually when they go live? Isn't that when the stock exchange open around 9? I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't
I haven't been
remember.
watching them lately since I've been doing this. But yeah, they're supposed to go live. So they will be going live. So yeah. But you can buy shares between $9 and $11 if you want to buy into Fubo TV. Sorry, Fubo TV that is.
Yeah.
Let me be politically correct on that. Fubo TV, not Fubo the shoe company. Fubo the TV the TV company.
There you go.
Don't want to get it wrong this morning.
They'd be like, "Fubu, fubu, what?"
Yeah, Fubu the TV company, not the shoe company. There's a Fubo, 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 Fubo. I don't know.
Fubu. Hey, cheap and simple.
Yeah. Also, Tubi TV is adding thrillers, including Resident Evil and Cloverfield in October. You know, all the scary lineups is coming. And here are some of the lineups that's coming: Bleeding Steel, White House Down, Wind River, Sin City, The Trust, 13 going on 30, Kate and Leopold, Hector, The Search for Happiness, Vampire in Brooklyn, Cadillac Records, Enemy at the Gates, The Invisible Defeat of Minister and Pete, The Solist, and that's a few of them. I'm not. Oh, I can read a couple of more, I guess. Hotel, Resident Evil, The Eye, 30 Days of Night, and 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. Those are a few
Hmm.
movies that's coming to Tubi TV.
I know it's one title you mentioned was Bleeding Steel. I saw that a while back on
Hmm.
Amazon Prime, and that's a great. Well, to me, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. It was like
Hmm.
action and sci-fi. It's like an hour and 50 minutes.
Hmm.
So check it out if you haven't seen it.
Hmm. Yeah, Tubi is very nice. They have a great section. They got good sections in there. My daughter likes Tubi. They have a lot of good shows and movies in the kids section. They have a great urban section. Tubi is a really nice app and it's free. Um, don't sleep on Tubi TV. Tubi is nice. I like Tubi. Good morning,
Yeah.
on the nice. Good morning, Jazz. Jazzy MDG.
Morning, Jazzy. Hope all is well. What's up, Uno Nice? How you doing?
So yeah, Tubi is a nice. Do you have you used Tubi?
Yes, I've used Tubi. I've think I made a video about it a little while back, but I have it on
Hmm.
the Shield. I have it on Android emulator. I've used it every now and then. Yeah, it's nice.
Yes. And also, I posted this yesterday, but I'll post it again today. If you get the new Chromecast, the new Google Chromecast, you can get the new Google Chromecast and 6 months of Netflix for $89. So if you guys don't
Hmm.
have Netflix, and I'm pretty sure there's catch to it, like you got to be a new Netflix person. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but make sure you read the fine print on that. Um, I mean, you may be able to get it if you already have Netflix, but most of the time that applies to people who don't already have Netflix. Yeah, Pluto is another good one. Pluto is another good one. Also, yeah, Pluto TV is another good app too, and it's also free. So yeah, I like Pluto TV as well. But it's regularly 49.99, but with the 6 months deal, they'll make it $89
Hmm.
if you get the 6 months of Netflix added in it.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Like you said, just make sure you read the fine print on that. To be great. Yep, absolutely,
Hmm.
Cody, man.
Hmm. Yes. And if you and to get away rid of that annoying ad where that guy pop up, just make sure you just sign in. You don't got to use your account just to make a free with one real quick. Good morning, 619 OTA.
Oh yeah, 619. Yeah, you're right. The free live TV and Plex is it's good.
Yes, it's the new one, the Sabrina. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Cross. Okay, well, have a great day. Uno nice.
All right, Uno, nice. Take care, man.
Yes, and it says Halloween. I'm at Halloween 2020 features drive-in movies, virtual haunted house. Let me see what this is. October event Halloween is back for the third year. This time offers viewers a year of a Halloween section, Boo Bloods, and 1 through 22 hair-raising installments of thrillers and horror events. A series of dark politic award winner producers Jason Bloomhouse Television. Hulu is also premiering new family original Madagascar's Little Wild Fang Tastic Halloween from DreamWorks Animation on starting October 21st. So they're gonna have a whole bunch of different events coming up throughout the month of October. They're also bringing back Carrie from 1976, Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, and a whole bunch of other Halloween memorable Halloween events throughout the month.
Hmm.
So it's called Halloween for the
Hulu.
month of October.
Okay.
Good
Hey, good morning, Blackbird. How you doing?
morning, Blackbird. How are you this? How are you today?
So, Sharon, are you excited for Hulu?
Sure. Even though, FYI, Friday the 13th is until next month. I'm not, yeah, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is until next month. I'm not going to have a Friday the 13th in the month of October. Surprise, surprise.
Hmm. Surprise, surprise for sure.
hmm Surprise, surprise. Good morning, Blackbird. How are you this morning? So, yes. Do you like Halloween? Are you superstitious about Halloween? Did you celebrate Halloween growing up?
Uh,
Ever trick or treating or anything like that?
I did trick or treating when I was younger, but as I've gotten like towards, I want to say seventh grade, I pretty much stopped doing it. It was more or less that my parents just got the candy for me. They just went to the grocery store or whatever, found some deals, and I had it that way. So it was fun as, you know, a kid, but as I got a little older, I'm like, not so much.
Okay. Good morning, Simi. This
What's up,
is for
Sammy?
you.
Oh
Go
wow.
Lakers. Go Lakers. Go Lakers. My brother Simi.
Hey, Sammy.
Birthday at the end of the month. Okay.
Yo, Sammy,
Yeah.
you should live stream 2K with you playing as the Lakers.
Hmm. I like Halloween. Okay. I we trick or treated some growing up and stuff. We did trick or treating. Mostly with my children trick or treat at the mall. Took them mostly to the mall. I buy my daughter her trick or treat candy and stuff. I don't take her trick or treating. We do a thing at our church that's kind of opposite of Halloween called Halloween. Well, before COVID, it was called Hallelujah Night. So we would provide her stuff, and she would have a fun, safe environment where we bring stuff ourselves. So yeah, but yeah, but she always is interested in getting the costume and everything. So I do before COVID would take her actually to the malls to trick or treat, but that's the furthest she'd go. As far as going neighborhoods trick or treating like that, not really. What about anyone in the chat? Do you guys trick or treat growing up, and did you take your children trick or treating?
But,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I seen a little bit of your show where you was setting up your fire stick, but I didn't see the all the end review. So you said it runs like a champ. That's good.
Yeah, that's
A
good.
fire stick of light. Okay. You said he did. Butcher said at his church too. Oh yeah, and then their schools also had trunk or treat too. Right,
Okay.
trunk or treat too. Yeah, that's a little more safer too these days. Trunk or treat. Yeah, and trick or treat. I'm still kind of torn on. Am I gonna break down and get the fire stick light? I probably will break down and get it.
Mm.
For family members or something, because I do know that time of year is coming. Maybe around Amazon Prime, if it goes down to $20, something like that. That'll probably be the only time I may get it. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a bit on the fence with it, Ken. I mean, for me, no, but
You wouldn't get it for family members?
no, no,
You
no.
don't think?
I was gonna say I was gonna get it for some family members. I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Or you just get them nothing but the best? Just go ahead with the getting them the 4K.
Depends. I'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got 2K21 on PC. Mm.
Mm-hmm. I'll put the link out if you want to get on Ken, and if you want to get on I'll put the link out. Peanut butter and Ken, or Touching Tech Girl, and if you want to get on. Let me see. Good morning, Mr. James.
Good morning, Mr. James. Hulu. It would choke when it comes to Hulu for that over the period of few days. The biggest flaw in the first is the apps don't close. Having to force close those three all the time on the second gen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always made a habit of force closing everything anyway on all my devices. I always do that anyway. I always force close and clear my cache anyway. That's just a habit on all my devices. That's just everything I do. I force close and I clear my cache.
Yeah.
So that's just a habit I've had ever since the first generation Fire Stick. I've always done that and stuff. But people who's not used to doing that, it will bog down your. It can bog down your device. Good
What's up,
morning,
Mark?
peanut butter.
Morning.
Good morning, Marcos.
What's up, Marcos?
What's up?
Yeah, you two are obviously familiar with that, with the comment I made. It's just that those apps, if you use them like over the period of 3 or 4 days, they don't close on their own. So they keep building up, and if you start noticing they run really, really poor after 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So you just force close it. I mean, it's not a big deal. In fact, I remember seeing a few APKs out there for the Fire Stick for that purpose. You just pretty much run it, and it would go through it and cycle all them apps. So I mean, it's something people are aware of, and there's even been a few APKs put out there to just kill those if they're running real quick, just to save you a few minutes.
Yeah. Are you thinking about putting the trigger on the Fire Stick light?
Hell no.
No, I'm just like, I just can't see there being a reason. I mean,
I don't have a
know.
reason. I've got an Alpha, I got a Z8, I got a Shield, and I've got several 4Ks and even a pendant. So I can't justify it myself. Now, someone is wanting to save some money right now. Christmas is coming up. It's that time of year. It's the holiday season. We got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas over the next 3 months. So, if you're looking to get a device because you don't have one, it would be a device to get. I'll be honest, just because of the price point.
Yes. And because they're going after the Roku. That's the selling point. Is going after the Roku.
I don't know. In my opinion, the light's kind of pointless. Just drop your price on the 4K. Quit being so stingy. Bring back the Fire Stick TV box the way it was.
Oh yes, I love my second gen. That's my favorite.
Before the pendant. Before the pendant, that was the box to get for sub $100. Period. You could get it for, what was it, 59 or 69, something like that. I can't remember.
I wish I would have got two, because they had a special one time for two of them, and I didn't get it. I was like, oh, I got my one, I'm fine.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, they were awesome. They had USB ports on them, an Ethernet port. like I said, sub $100, they were the box to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released that garbage dependent.
They regressed instead of progressed.
They're like, well, this is going to be so much better. Nope, they're garbage. I own one.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem I had with the pendant was it locks up periodically.
Mm-hmm. I've never had the pendant.
You don't want it.
Yeah, right now I just got my box, which I absolutely love. I got my box, my cube, and my 4K.
Yeah, the Cube second gen, from what I've heard, is
I got
pretty
second
much
gen.
the device to get at sub 100 right now, if you can get them on sale. So, Prime Day's coming. Keep your eyes open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, keep it open for that 13th, 14th.
Yeah. On sale, they're just over 100, but on Prime Day, I'm hoping they drop below 100.
Me too. I mean, it's I wish they would have and hopefully I don't know. Hopefully in the future they will. People maybe if enough people say something, they will come out with something back similar to that box, that second gen box. Because that was the best device. You could put an SD card in it. That's the reason why you can't give up that box.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
That's my favorite device. I love that device even over the Cube, and I love my Cube. I like the automation of the Cube, but that box is still out of all the Fire devices.
Yeah,
it's still my favorite.
The costs, with their price point on it, nothing touched it out there in the boxes. As far as in that price range, it was the best. Yeah, see, even Butcher say, he's like, hey, no, he got the pin. It was on sale. He needs to get rid of it. Yeah, I definitely agree. And the second gens were a good stick. The 4Ks are their best stick. I'm not sure why they did the light. Honestly, I mean, it's just where they're trying to squeeze a little bit more money out when they could have dropped the price on the standard and 4K and re-released the box, done away with the pendant. That's just my personal opinion, but
it's like they'll do good and then they decide to regress. They'll do good and then they decide to regress on something. I don't understand.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. Who knows? But and I still say if you're looking to spend between 1 and 150, the formulas are the box to get for that.
Yes, I love my Formula Z8.
Yeah, I've got mine hooked up down here. I do testing with it and stuff. That's all I've had a chance to do, just because I've got it hooked up to a PC monitor, so no audio. So I just use it for testing and all that right now on APKs. But eventually, I'm setting up a little entertainment area down in the basement, so the missus she's wanting to spend time with me down here. That way, even if I'm working, because I more or less work 2 jobs full time.
Marcus Bell says it sounds like a me stick.
A me stick.
Yeah.
Or me.
I mean, yeah. And then I don't know. As far as the Sabrina, I guess a lot of us was under the impression that this thing was going to be at the stores on the 30th. Kept saying the day it was going to be the 30th, and from what I saw, it looks like it's at Best Buy. Well, at least it's online at Best Buy. And then some people were saying that it was at some Lowe's stores, but I called my local Walmart this morning. It wasn't available at Walmart. And I didn't see it at Walmart online either. So,
Hey, Penn, I got a quick question for you.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't had a chance to troubleshoot it yet. Do you still use or do either one of you use Ultra Seed Box?
I no longer use Ultra C box.
No, not anymore.
Okay. When you did use it, Penn, did you ever notice any issues downloading via FTP to your local computer as far as they're at home,
Um,
or
no
any
issue.
oddities?
Yeah, when I did it originally, I didn't notice any issues until I switched over to the well, it was a bit slow at first, and then I contacted them in Discord about it, and they did some work in the background, and it returned to my normal speeds. But there has been issues with that.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
wondering because, like I
slow
said, I
down.
haven't had a chance to troubleshoot. Uh, and for example, there's something I'm pulling from my backup on there,
Hmm.
and I didn't know if it was going to be my ISP or them because it'll start out great. I'm downloading 200 megabit, which is my or 400 megabit, which is my connection,
Hmm.
and then after about 200 meg, it bottoms out to 1.4 megasecond, and it stays there,
Ooh.
file after file. Uh, but yet, I'm online, everything's great. I do a speed test even during that. I'm getting almost my full bandwidth. That's why I wasn't sure if it was my ISP or if it was an issue at them. And periodically via FTP, um, it'll just drop the connection. Period, whether it's active or not. And I don't know if it's US Ultra Seed Box or not because I've been logging my R clone for
Hmm.
several mappings I got, and I'm noticing it there too. It doesn't say it's disconnecting, but where connections drop. So I'm starting to think
Hmm.
it's something with them. I just haven't had a chance to troubleshoot it yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's more on their end because that situation that happened. Like, what was it like? I think it was in July
Oh,
when
where they did that, they had to do that upgrade.
yeah, that dude, and a lot of people was in the dark about it because they wasn't really getting a straight answer. So I'm not
Well,
sure what.
and see, the sad part is I've had this issue since before then,
Oh wow.
but I usually don't do too much via FTP. And I don't use FileZilla. I'm old school. I use Flash FXP just for the two side interface.
Yeah.
Um, and being able, I got a lot of shell commands built into it for doing all
Okay.
kinds of stuff, and so I use it. And so I don't know. Like I said, I just haven't had a chance to troubleshoot, so I figured I'd ask someone else that I knew used it, see if they ever noticed any oddities like that.
Yeah, they had some. They definitely had some issues regarding that because I was reading about it even on Reddit. I was like, hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, people have been reporting it. I don't know what they're.
I mean, other than that, I mean, it works great. Even with my
Yeah.
mounts, when they use our clone, they use SFTP just like I do with this. And even though in the logs, when it's doing the syncs, I notice the issues. During playback, I noticed no issues whatsoever. So, of course, Plex buffers quite a bit of it because I've restarted the mounts in the middle
Mhm.
of streaming and it never dropped, never buffer.
Speaking of that, I still think they should. Well, I already spoke to you about this, but that section about the Arclone mounts on their tutorial and the website, they
Oh,
should
I
probably.
ignore it. I did my own. I did it my own way, and it works great.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you should probably look at someone like you redo that because it's not right.
Oh no, I don't follow theirs. It's mine's a combination actually of theirs, and I found a setup for Plex where you set up two connections in our clone. One is using a cache, which is not friendly with the seed box, just because the cache it actually caches the friggin' file, so it fills up your bot. Like if you got uh, 100 gig on your NAS,
Hmm.
it caches that to whatever you're running the cache at. So it's not space friendly. But so I combined that method with theirs, and it actually came out really great. And I think it's like every hour mine syncs because I got multiple boxes.
Yeah.
And going to like 3 or 4 servers. And so I've got it set up on a mount at each box the same for these servers. And the awesome thing is I've got it resyncs every hour. So regardless, it knows the content's there. And if I'm actively retrieving content, I've got it communicating with Plex from sonar and radar to notify it, so it knows to do a scan. That way, it's always keeping the stuff up to date.
That definitely works.
So it does pretty nice. It does pretty nice. I mean, I've got some more of my own scripts in the back end doing things too, but
yeah,
I just wish I could find an easy solution for them files that have the messed up names built into the meta information. Where so Plex like makes the title of it the name of the download instead of what it should be. I know you know what I'm talking about on that one.
Yeah, I've had to clean up some things on.
Yeah, my OCD goes nuts every time I see those.
I mean, heck, every time I see a blank poster, I immediately think, okay, well, I'm going to automatically switch to the movie DB because the TV DB is just not picking this up. I just hate that. Like everything, like as soon as it scans in, like if it doesn't show what I want it to show, I just immediately fix it.
Yeah, I do that whenever if I'm actively in Plex and looking
yeah.
At it. Now I've looked into, but I haven't found a nice way to do it. Remotely connecting to the database, just to do a search to find them quicker that way, and try to script out the fix, but they don't make it easy to interface with the database.
Nah. There's been a few times where, heck, it's been quite a few times even where I was looking into the agents and I'm like, well, this isn't pulling from either agent, and then I would have to save an image to my local and upload it that way just to get it to connect properly, and then put in the information myself. I'm like, that's too much. I can't do that.
I haven't had to do that yet. I've learned if you play with when you're in play, you go in to do the fix match or match it. If you play with the search options just a little bit as far as the title and the year, you can get them to pull the ones that aren't. I've ran into that quite a bit, so it's just messing with that to learn. Changing like removing a the or something like that. A lot of times we'll even let it pull it.
Okay,
from the search.
I play see now for I guess the regular shows I play with that options all the time. I guess for the shows like some shows on HDTV or VH1, I guess some posters won't show up immediately, and I would do the match or all that. It just depends.
If they don't, if the posters aren't showing up anymore, I just ignore that and I go into IMDb, and I got a little cheat because I have ad block or uBlock, in Chrome. If you have to do it almost every time because they randomize the name. But if you bring up the poster on IMDb and then right click and block element and block the top layer on that web page, you can get the URL to that poster and then just paste it straight into Plex.
Okay.
And that pulls it for you. You can put it into the enter URL field instead, and it'll pull it straight for you.
Yeah, because I was using I was just Googling, just random like Google Images, Movie DB. I was I think it's one called the Poster DB that Cameron mentioned a little while ago.
Fanart.tv is the place to go for a lot of them.
Okay.
I think
that's more for the popular ones.
Poster DB too, Pen.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you talked about it one time before.
Fanart TV is great for box sets. because you can look up, like, let's say Rambo on there, and you do a search for Rambo on fanart.tv, and it'll show all the results. When you scroll down, you'll see all the different Rambo movies. And then you'll see ones that are collections, like it'll say Rambo collection, and they'll have 0001. You click on it, and it's posters and banners and all that for the series called and it'll say like Rambo collection. Sometimes they have different languages depending on the popularity of the movie. But some of them, it may have a poster, it may not, and some of them may have like 15 posters depending on the movie. Like Rambo, it's got, let's see, 8. It's got 9 posters that are for Rambo collection, and with all different types of images. Some of from the newer ones, some from the older ones, all kinds of stuff. So that's a good place to go to get the artwork as well, where you can just click on it, get the link, and paste it into Plex that way without having to download and then re-upload it.
Yeah, that's nice. The fan art. Totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a Cody callback.
I know. And it's a shame because that's what PKC uses for the custom artworks. I'm like, how do they? I'm like,
and see, so you didn't even think about that one.
No, but see, but I was so I don't know what happened, but it was a period of time where it was like literally blocking my scan, and I just stopped using the whole add-on entirely. But I guess it must have been fixed by now. But yeah, fan art is one of the sources that it uses.
Yep. And they got a lot of good stuff on there. Whenever I'm going through and redoing them in box sets, that's where I pull it from, is there. I mean, I haven't found all of them there. It depends, it's the more popular stuff that's there. I mean, honestly. So, but yeah, you'll still find quite a bit.
Nice. Hey, good morning, Brooklyn.
Now, I seen a minute ago while we were on that. Yeah, Quentin. Make sure you're setting it for SFTP to connect to it. They locked out a lot of FTP connections except for secure, so you have to use SFTP.
Yep, that's what I usually do.
Yeah, and if you have an issue with SFTP, at that point you may need to get in touch with them. Now, when you first make your account, you may have to go in and reset your password through the control panel for FTP as well. I do that on all the Seedbox accounts I make just in case. I go through and update all them passwords when it first created. So I update the FTP, the web end, all that stuff. Just to make sure, because sometimes the scripts don't copy the passwords overwrite during account creation.
Oh, yeah, it's all good, Brooklyn. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. So how much storage do you have now? That's the key.
No, you got a lot.
I got a little bit.
All right.
But
okay.
I tell you what, because I know you were big on local. I know Ken is as well, and TK is. TK and me were looking at one point at building our own NAS system from scratch, and we couldn't find anything that was worth it, both in cost and just the way it looked. I mean, there were some people that did some really hacky stuff out there that we didn't want to do, and I found a computer case on Amazon, all out computer case that is perfect for it because it's not massive in cost like some could, like a lot were. And let me bring up my list here. It is a Fractal Design Node 804 micro ATX case, $89.99 with Prime.
Hmm.
It can hold up to 10 hard drives,
The hell?
and it's nice. I'll do a quick screen share so you can see it here.
Okay.
But how big can the hard drives be, Manny Matt?
There's some different pictures, and people posted a lot of pictures as far as customers that's bought it. You know, this would be something you could even set this on an entertainment center, and it not look massively out of place because it looks kind of like a subwoofer would.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Yeah, it's a nice, clean design, and you see where the hard drive mounts are here for 8 drives.
Okay.
You know that's off to the side, so you got your motherboard that's on one side of the case, your drives on the other, so you can build a proper airflow system. And this is one that you would definitely want to read through comments, because customers in their reviews, you know, they say, you know, there's still some room for improvement. Of course, people are trying to use it for a little bit more than what it was designed for, just like I am. What I'm looking at it for. You know, they tell you everything that would need to be adjusted on the case for certain things, and then they tell you what to get. I mean, these people have gone in depth on these reviews, even
Nice.
telling you ways to improve it and everything else. You know, there's a lot of people that put in here, you know, the fan controller in the case sucks. That's not a surprise. Most of them that are built in do. So that's the only thing I've been able to pull from. There's been a lot of people say they did not like the onboard or the built-in fan controller, to not use it. Which you can get one of them and put it in the case for like $30. But everybody talks to, you know, outside of the fan controller, how it does have, you know, quality build. And there's only like minor adjustments. Like this one here, you can see they mounted the drives differently, and they took a picture of that with the cabling. So a nice thing about it is, with this case, you know, they got to show the drives mounted there, but you can mount them different ways, which is kind of nice. It gives you a lot of different abilities that way.
Hmm. Nice.
So, and for $90, it's definitely worth it to try out. I mean, you know, they got some different ones down here listed, but I don't think any of them have the hard drive storage that this one gives you. And when you can put 8 to 10 drives in one, you're looking at it upwards of 100 terabyte and over in one box.
Yeah, 100 terabytes, quite a bit of storage for sure.
Yep. And that's all
That
in a
works.
single box. And the nice thing about that is you can get, you don't have to have, if you're building it for storage, you don't have to have a high end motherboard. So you don't have to drop 200 or 300 on a motherboard for it.
Yeah.
You know, you can go with a lower cost setup in regards to that. And if anything, install a NAS OS on it. And it's literally a NAS. It just depends on how you want to do it. But I thought it was a neat little find. I'm going to have to send this to TK so he can see it too.
That's nice.
I thought it was a nice little find. I spent some time searching, and I know TK and me on a couple occasions have done that. Never could find anything that would really be worth it. And even if you only use the 8 drives in this configuration, that still makes it worth it. Because if you get 8 12 terabyte drives, you're just shy of 100 terabyte right there.
Let's kill it though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, and it's a nice design. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's got the fans right there for the one side with the drives. I mean, and if you're like me, you're going to be looking modifying stuff anyway. And with this, like I said, that again, going back to the reviews, reading them, because people talk about things they did to modify the way the airflow works for the case as well. So, this is one of them cases. Like this weirdo, he got 13 drives in it. All right, so
hey, click on one of those pictures, man.
oh well, that's just it. This one I've tried before. These pictures will not open up. I'm clicking on them.
Oh yeah, okay. I see some greens and some red drives in there on the second
Yeah.
one. Yup. Okay.
Yeah. But
All right.
Yeah, but then also, let's see if I can zoom in any and make it work better.
Nobody needs 13 drives.
Sure they do. Come on now. They don't back me up on that.
Yo, hey, at that point, the more the merrier, man. The more the merrier.
Yeah, oh man, yeah. Look at it where he's got them stacked through there.
So he have them. Yes. So he's not playing around.
And then he modified the. Is that the top of the case? Wow. Yeah, he's got some serious airflow going on there. Of course, he'd need it.
Yeah.
He'd need it with them drives. He doesn't have a massive power supply, but he's got one big enough to run them. My guess is he's running a motherboard with the onboard video and all. Let's see here if we can read what he did, because I'm interested to know about them 13 drives. That's just a bit ridiculous, but not including the solid state holder and the front cover, 2 RAID 2 configurations and free NAS with a spare drive. I added another 3 of the fans when it comes with, so a total of 620 millimeter fans. Good grief, they must sound like an airplane.
Yeah, but good drives. Okay.
Add more drives and a video card. What?
Oh,
this guy's going a bit ridiculous.
That's what I was saying in the first place. Nobody needs 13 drives because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you do. If you're building a mass NAS, you do. I mean,
that's what something that's going to last. Yeah, like that makes sense. Now, believe it or not, there's people that got more drives than that in their setup. Yeah, but
I got more than that in my setup, but it's not sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's worth it. I mean, if you're going to be building a major network storage, this guy's review just points to, and he did it smart as far as concentrating on the airflow while adding the drives. And if you go through here and you look at it, you can tell the difference between the people that know what they're doing and the ones that don't. On these reviews, and this is one of the cases where it's worth it to read the reviews on Amazon. There's a lot that can be done with the case, and like I said, for like $90, it is so worth it. It's regular 140, so I don't know how long that sale will go. It's been on for about a month already. But yeah, if you look here, list price $140. But they got it for $89.99, and who knows, it may always be $89.99.
And Butcher, he could very well be selling the service, but
yeah,
he knows what he's doing for sure.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing: I bet you too, he's a guy that's got a high-speed connection at home, and he's got family members around town. He's probably running a Plex or MB or something like that. And he shares it with his family members so that it plays out of his house. We know quite a few people that do that. So,
Yeah.
Only difference is this guy's got some serious freaking storage.
Yeah, for sure.
He must be, if he got that big of storage, he must be getting a lot of stuff then.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. He's probably been doing it for years too. And this probably just finally gave him the way to do it in one clean system. But, and you look at the case, it's a clean case. I mean, this would be something that would be perfect for somebody wanting to do it in their home, whether it's 4 drives. Because you could build an HTPC with this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
Don't
it's that slick looking.
Money man, don't people usually build a HTPC and use that for their server?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you could do everything out of this, and it looks like a like the bass out of a surround sound or something like that. So you could set it right next to your home entertainment center, and it wouldn't look out of place or in it, depending on your home entertainment center.
Mm.
So it would definitely be worth it. I mean, you're building a PC. Let's not pull any punches. It will be slightly more expensive than a NAS, but as far as the initial build,
Mm-hmm.
but then after that, it's going to be a lot cheaper because with a NAS, you're going to have to buy like to equal what you can get in this. You're going to have to buy like 3 or 4 NAS.
Yeah, and
So
see,
you're going to
and
be dropping well over $1,000 just in NAS, and with this, that doesn't include the drives.
right.
With this $500, it's up and going with several drives and already running for you with storage, and you can expand it from there.
And the thing is with this is that you just have to think about long term what you're going to be saving because the price of this and then with the drives associated, it's going to cost. It's going to be cheaper overall in your setup.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're someone that's wanting to build that stuff at home and do that at home, this would be the perfect little way to start.
Good morning, Blamo. Good morning, Deacon Butler.
What's up, Lamo? Oh, Butler. What's up, Butler?
What's up? Morning.
I was actually looking at it to use as a master backup, so to speak.
Yeah, cause how my setup well right now my setup is like this. For certain classics shows or any
Oh
films
yeah,
like let's say Golden Age stuff, I want to back those up. But shows like Arrow and things like that, I don't want to back up Arrow because that's
yeah.
going to be available.
Oh yeah, for a long
That's
time.
not going nowhere. Yes, so
Yep.
that's not going nowhere. So my setup
Yeah.
is I'm only backing up what I feel is important for me.
Yep.
And just put the rest of it in the cloud.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and the more I think about it, the more it's like, okay, I think this is gonna be one of my goals for next year.
Yeah.
Is to build a master system with this, and I'll probably end up putting a decent video card in it, nothing major, but a decent one, just for the fact of I can use it to do cleanup and coatings and things like that too.
Mm.
With stacks and things like that, which is
Yeah.
what the there's a couple groups out there that use stacks for doing 265 encodings.
Yeah.
And I've got documentation from them on how they do it. And it's impressive. But on an i7 with a decent card, you're looking at like 4 to 6 hours for one movie or one episode even. But that's with noise cleanup and all kinds of stuff in it too, plus the 265 encryption. So
yeah.
just depends on what you're using it for. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into this. I got it saved to a list on Amazon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks good. A very nice alternative.
Yep. And nice thing is you can put it somewhere, it's going to be a full PC, so you can run a network cable to it, and run it as purely as network storage, or as an HTPC, just depending. If you got kids, I wouldn't use it as an HTPC because it wouldn't, be right in an entertainment center. And you don't want kids bumping into it.
I'm reading.
That's just me.
Yeah, I'm reading 619. I wouldn't put that many hard drives next to an entertainment center.
Oh yeah, definitely not 13. Definitely not 13.
Yeah.
it's something I'm definitely gonna be looking into next year, building out, and then spend 6 months filling it.
Well, what are you gonna have that's gonna take you 6 months to fill it up?
Well, that's just with what I already got.
See?
Yeah,
Oh man.
You forget I'm a hoarder.
I took a little break
oh,
this month. I did 12,
money, man. That I already
13
know.
terabytes last month.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not a bad little setup for sure. And I don't know, did I save? What did I say there? Oh, they had the 10 terabytes. They were on sale at the time. But I was looking at 10 terabytes because I haven't decided if I'm going to step up to the 12 or larger yet. But
I mean, they're already expensive as is. The 12.
oh yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
And here's the thing too on the hard drives. If you're doing network attached storage, do you really need 5400 RPM if it's just for your house? I mean, I'm sorry, 7200. Because it does spin up faster, allowing faster access, faster, higher read speeds and all write speeds. But if it's for your house and your house only, you could probably get away with 5400 RPM. I mean,
that's
honestly.
what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
And you could save quite a bit of money because your 7200's usually a decent jump in price compared to a 5400 RPM drive. Faster spinning drives, in theory, I haven't looked into it, would heat up a little bit more, so it'd be a little bit more on the cooling. I don't know about longevity as well of 5400 compared to 7200. I know we got a crap load of them and computers at work that are still going strong after freaking 8 years compared to 7200s that died after 5 or 6. But that could just be the drives. But if you're doing a NAS and you're building it for yourself, for your own home, I don't see the need to spend the extra money on 7200 RPM. Maybe if you want to spend extra money on it, maybe a 5400 with higher cache. To reduce the read time maybe, but I don't see the need for the faster drive.
Yeah, because it would be unnecessary spending more money. Essentially. Yeah.
Now, if you're sharing it with family across town, and you got several households accessing it, maybe. But how often is everybody going to be, well, at least during non-COVID times, how often is a lot of people going to be accessing it at once? So.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
But just some information for people out there, because I know people are always looking. So might spark some ideas for some people on building a NAS. And you don't have to buy a motherboard that supports 10 hard drives. You can buy one that supports 4, save some money, and get you the cards to control the additional drives.
But if you buy a motherboard that supports 4, wouldn't you just need 4 of the bigger hard drive, like?
Oh yeah, that's just it. You could start out with just 4 of the bigger drives, or even 4 smaller drives if you're just starting out.
Yeah, you can always upgrade.
All you would need is like maybe 4 of the terabyte drives, depending.
Yeah, exactly. To get started, and then down the road you can upgrade.
Put those in.
Yeah, definitely. And then just upgrade down the road, add the card in down the road, or even upgrade them drives down the road, and then give yourself some more space before adding more drives. Yeah, it's very doable and saving money up front and growing over time. And, it's a computer, it's custom built. So the hard drive goes bad, you can replace it. You don't have to replace the entire unit.
Mm-hmm.
You just swap out that motherboard, and depending on how old it is at the time, even reuse the same processor. So, and that's definitely cheaper than buying a new NAS.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and but you're headed right, nerd talk.
Yep, nerd, hey, for sure.
Well, yeah, this ain't geek. This is straight up nerd.
But I'm guessing, Marimo, this is your bread and butter. This is your favorite thing.
Oh well, it's also what I do for a living. I mean,
I know exactly.
So yeah, I'm in IT for a living. Have been for over 20 years. So damn near. Actually, let's see. I'm closer to 30 than I am 25. So Jesus.
Excuse
A
me.
little bit of age there, but yeah, I've been doing it since I got out of high school.
All right.
I mean, I have an uncle that bought me my first computer when I was 8 years old, and it was an older TI 99 4A, and handed me a book on programming at age 8, and that's where I got started. And just went from there. I mean, he kept me going as far as learning stuff, programming, database, integration, all that. Before I was even a teenager. And then my parents got me a better computer when I got older. A more current computer, and I just went from there. Took a tech course at one of the local universities when I was like 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I just stayed with it. I mean, I look at everything in IT and all that programming. Everything is common sense to me because of the way I was raised. I was raised out in the countryside. So I got the best of both worlds. I got the hands-on working out in the fields, earning everything for a living, working with my hands, and the technology side. So it gives me a unique perspective of how I look at things.
Nice.
Well, you ain't the only one. I was too.
I just don't see you out there hanging tobacco.
Rojas, you're welcome to jump on the panel if you like. You don't have to. You could just hang in the chat if you like. But you're welcome to jump on the panel.
I might have not been working on the field, but I was raised countryside though.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a different look on things, especially if you've got a good common sense or strong common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Man, being raised outside the city gives you a much better view of the world.
So it was me and my two other brothers. We're all in our 30s, except the oldest one just turned 40.
Oh, mine's spread out by the oldest sibling is 15 years older than me, and I'm the youngest.
Well, between me and the middle, it's like 4 or 5 years apart.
That's not too bad. See, I was an oops. There's 9.5 years between me and the next one up.
You was a hit. Ma Dib, you was a hidden blessing. That's what you were. You were a hidden blessing.
I was a Valentine's Day oops.
Happy birthday, Trooper Loop.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to you.
Thank you.
Ross.
But it's always nice seeing, talk about different setups and discuss it because everybody got, their own personal preference as far as how they want their entertainment center to be in order.
And Mr. James right here, he says, this is what he says.
Oh yeah, for network attached storage, I feel it is. I don't feel you have to spend that extra money if it's just for network storage.
I agree. Yeah.
I know what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, I mean, in a setup like that too, even if like where I was talking about, I was doing some encoding with it. I wouldn't even need the faster drives for that. Not really. Not if it's not something that where it's going to be time sensitive for me. Now, if I was using it for doing a lot of YouTube work and doing re-encoding on edited videos and all, then yeah, I would want 7200 RPM or solid state. But for something like that, there just wouldn't be a personal need for that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: you can get you a really nice solid state drive to put there as well for your OS drive, and mount that elsewhere, and it wouldn't even interfere with the rest of the storage, and it still gives you a fast drive for the operating system itself. So there's where you could spend a little bit extra money and get a speed increase in the system as far as for that.
Yes.
This one is for season.
Speaking of Rojas, you guys make sure you check out his channel today at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Yeah, I'm 6 o'clock Central, and I'm not sure what time that is Central. Let me see. I think that's like 3 o'clock Pacific. And we'll be doing a live show today, so you guys make sure you go check him out because he's going to have some great information over there. So you go check out his live show. And if someone could put Rojas's channel in the chat, there you go. I just should have known. And be on it. Because he's that keyboard assassin, so you should have known. You have to get ready. You guys make sure you go over there and make sure you not only like, but make sure you hit that bell icon so you'll know every time Rojas goes live.
Shout out to Rojas.
Yeah, shout out to Rojas. And also make sure you check out Beyond the Scenes. Just about every day they go live. So watch your YouTube when they go live, when they interview different YouTubers, or when they have different premieres coming out. So watch out for the daily premieres with him and Next Level Tech, because it's great. So they're both awesome. He and Next Level Tech, they're both awesome content creators. So and they make sure not only do you go over there, make sure you have your pen and pencil ready, or your notepad, or your Google Keep, because believe me, it's always a learning experience. Not just a good time, but you're in there for a great learning experience as well. We also have dabs on there, and tomorrow, yesterday, if you missed Passive Play, you missed a great show. Ken and I was on the panel, as well as Cam Bean, and we had a really good time. We reviewed the Buyers Club, as well as what is the other movie we reviewed, Ken?
The Highwayman.
The Highwayman. I don't know why I cannot remember that movie. And we have two more great movies coming up. Man on Fire and Jaws, which is coming up this upcoming week. So we have all the way to next Wednesday on Passive Play. And Friday, Tim will be on that as well as UK Turks, right?
Yes.
Yes, and he may have another special guest, so you guys make sure you check out Streaming Matters Friday on Dab Show too, or the Butcher show. And make sure you press that bell icon so you can catch him every Friday as well. So he's a great content creator, and on Friday, make sure you for sure have your pen and pencil ready, because he gives out great information too. So not only are you going over there for a good time, but you're going over there to learn as well, because he gives great information on KODI and other things that's going on in the streaming community. So make sure you have your Keep available, or your notepad, or your pen and pencil, so you can learn a lot, because there are three great content creators that's not only gives great information, not only do you have the time going to the channel, but it's great learning experience as well. Agree, Ken?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I just have to say, we all know the only reason people go to Rojas' channel to watch it is for the dimples and long hair. Really
No,
off the
don't cut
streets.
that hair. We're gonna get a petition up. The petition for next level tech not to cut his hair. We know it's
Great
supposed to be
information.
going to a great cause. I know, unfortunately, if he does have to cut his hair, we know it's going to a great cause because he said it was going to help the animals, which is a great thing because a lot of people are pet parents and stuff, and so that will be a great cause if he unfortunately has to trim his hair. But we really hope that he doesn't have to cut his hair.
We'll have to come up with a new name for me. He'll no longer be the Canadian Jesus.
I know. Yes, and also, like the butcher said, we want to rotate. I mean, we love coming on this panel, but if we have to rotate out, we'll get some more people on there on Wednesdays too to talk about movies. It's not even about streaming because we come up with some great movies, and we really do have a good time on Wednesdays too.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's just educational.
Yeah,
Watch some
yeah,
movies.
yeah, because
Sit down.
hmm
Okay, keep going.
because we do all the stuff we do in streaming is about how to get the content. Why not take time to enjoy some of this content that we're doing all this work to get and stuff?
I
And that's
agree.
what the Butcher Show is about. Enjoying some of the content that we work so hard to get, and then
And,
reviewing
and not
some
only
of the
that,
content.
discussing it as far as, being able to sit down. It's
Right.
like back in the day. God, here I go again showing age. When people would get together at the local little restaurants or be it at church or just little events going on where they live and discussing things that's been going on or things they've been seeing on TV. What the shows or the movies, things like that, and sitting down and talking about it. That brings a lot of people together doing stuff like that, and that makes it worth it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and then all these apps are coming out with Watch Together, and they also, they're going together, and also you guys, even with the streaming community, you can put up a Google Meets and watch it together. You know?
Oh, and I seen an email from Google yesterday.
Yes.
The 1 hour limit on Google Meet was originally lifted through, what was it, November or September 30th. It was going to go back to 1 hour limits. However, due to the coronavirus pandemic, they're actually extending it through to March, I believe it's 21st, is what I seen in the email. So they're extending it to where it's unlimited time, 24-hour time limit for a meets on through to March. I'm going to look it up again real quick. I saved the email.
So you only could be in Meets for 1 hour?
That's what it originally was before they opened it to the public. And it's what it's going to be. But here it is, G Suite team. We're continuing the promotion through March 31st, 2021 to help users connect with their families, friends, and colleagues. This means you can go on having video calls for up to 100 participants and for up to 24 hours at a time for free. Before it was 1 hour, 60-minute limit. And my guess is that was for the free one. The business one, I'm sure it's longer because I know business meetings that run much longer than that.
Okay, I was about to say because my daughter's school and a whole bunch of schools, but I'm sure they pay are using Google Meets.
Yeah, so they've got that up opened up until March 31st now instead of September 30th because that would have ended last night.
Oh wow!
So that was something they didn't even decide on evidently until yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yesterday or the day before.
Oh good. I'm glad they're extending it.
Well, if they didn't, just go back to using Hangouts.
Exactly. We'll still find a way to hang out. Yep. Kim, you might. Well, I'll read it. It doesn't matter. One of the reasons we do these shows is because so often we don't sit and enjoy the content. This is the focus to do it. Then open discussion and a point of views, mind opening. That's right. And this is one of the reasons
Yeah,
why we do that.
yeah. I
Like the
mean,
movie I picked, Loose. A lot of people
hmm
originally didn't like that movie, but once we got to discussing it, more people seen a different point of view, what the movie was
Yep.
about. So, yeah, sometimes when you get to discussing the movie and different points of view about the movie and different perspectives of the movie, and you're like, wow, this movie wasn't really what I thought it was when I sat there and watched it by myself or with just one person and stuff. And yeah, like the movie I picked was a prime example of that.
Well, now Sharon, I have to say this. It's a shame more people can't do that with everyday things in their life
Yes,
with other people. I mean,
yes.
it's
yeah,
easy to do it for TV shows and movies,
Hmm.
but hopefully at least one person pulls away from those videos, pulls that away from them videos, and extends it to the rest of things in their life.
Hmm.
mm, blues
For
makes you talk
sure.
about things.
Pink.
Absolutely.
A little bit of pink in it.
Mhm. For sure.
I mean, and just one of the things I like about the show is that it exposed me to more films. Because before, I wasn't really watching that many movies, and I wasn't seeing a lot of cinematography in terms of in that layout. And there's some great movies, and overall, you discuss it. You know, you talk about your feelings about it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it.
Yep.
But you're not playing with a device or anything or a box, but you're sitting down and watching the movie, and you have a discussion about it,
Yep.
and it works.
And
It's a
odds
nice
are,
balance.
yeah, and odds are you're not watching it by yourself too.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah,
that. Mine went in there was like that.
Yeah, and it's making you pay more attention to the movie because not only are you watching the movie, you're kind of taking notes on the movie because you know you're going to be reviewing this movie. You know, um, so it's another good thing too. Are you finished sharing your screen? I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't take
wouldn't.
your time. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, it's also making you pay attention to the movie where you wouldn't have probably paid attention to the movie. A lot of times you have a movie playing and you're doing everything else. You're playing on your phone. It's kind of
Yep.
like background for you. Where when you're going on a show like this, you're really paying attention to details you probably want to pay attention to in a movie. So that's another good thing about the Butcher Show, you know, that I've noticed since I've joined the panel.
Yep. And never not my other half has this flaw. Never refuse to watch a movie more than once.
Yeah.
If something's coming up on one of these shows and you've already seen it, watch it anyway. Watch it again. Because you're going to
Yes.
see stuff that you didn't see the first time around.
Hmm.
I got movies I've seen probably 4 or 5 times, and if I go to watch again, I guarantee I'll still see something I didn't notice any of the other
Hmm.
times.
Hmm.
And it's them little things that makes watching it again that much better.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use a great example. Friday. I liked Friday. I thought it was a great movie. When I watched it, when the Butcher booked Friday, I was like, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. Friday wasn't as great as I thought it was when I rewatched it years later. You know?
Your tastes and views change over time.
Well,
Exactly. So, you know.
Friday's more of a smoke week type of movie.
Stoner movie.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
That's
I
kind of
wasn't a
like
stoner then, and I'm not a stoner now, but you know, like you said,
You know, last night we watched it.
just like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I've watched it sober. I've watched it stoned, and it's a great movie regardless, at least to me. But it was much better stoned. I'm just saying, that's definitely a stoner movie too.
And don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I like me my those type of movies, but I ain't gonna get high after get watching that movie.
Oh no, you can have them watch the movie.
No, I,
Sit down with a bunch of popcorn there, and who knows what else food. But of course, I'm big on British humor anyway, so of course I found Monty Python and the Holy Grail hilarious. But
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of movies. I seen parts. Also, The Color Purple. I seen parts in The Color Purple. I remember parts in The Color Purple. I didn't remember from the first time. So sometimes it's good, like you said, to rewatch a movie that you haven't seen in a while. Revisit that
yep,
movie.
oh definitely, you always pick up something new, and that's the nice thing about watching them more than once is you get to pick up new things, little things you might have missed. Because let's face it, you never pick everything up the first time, not in one round.
Yes, and that was another thing too. I learned about Friday. Friday had so many lines in it that people use to this day.
Oh yeah,
So
that's proof it's a good.
many
At least
one-liners.
back in the day, it was a good movie.
mm-hmm.
hmm So yeah. Um, Yeah, so that's one good thing I can say about well, there's a lot of great things you said about the Butcher Show, but that's one thing that I really like about it, and that keeps bringing me back. And like we said, we give more people, watch some of these movies. You don't got to come every week, but just come sometime. The movies that piques your interest. Come on Wednesdays. Watch some of the movies and come by, and
Yep.
Hey, Maud, off topic. You had any issues with 4K sticks with black screens?
Not offhand, I haven't now.
Okay.
But have you been having that issue, like going to watch certain content or in certain apps, or?
No, a couple of my people have been talking about everything's all good today. Then tomorrow when you go to fire it up, you turn it on, then the splash screen comes up, then it goes black. They restarted it, they hard restarted it, and same thing.
Is it a refurb?
No, brand new.
Okay.
Well, about a year old, 4K.
Okay, the reason I asked because I remember when they had that massive sale on the refurb units.
Mhm.
I got a few then. Now I did have some issues with them then, but I made them exchange them
Okay.
because I had the issues even during setup.
Okay.
So I just got rid of them right off the bat, mate, and got with Amazon, and they exchanged them all for me.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
So it sounds like okay. So they're seeing the emblem and all. So it's not that it's just not waking up.
Right.
I would first off make sure they're not plugging it into a TV or something like that for the power.
Okay.
Make sure they're plugging it into the actual power brick that comes with it.
Okay.
If they are, and it's plugged into a surge protector, try bypassing that surge protector to make sure it's getting proper voltage.
Okay.
And if it's still an issue, then that's when I'd have them bring it over and do a full reset on it.
Okay.
And set it back up.
Okay.
There could be anything going on with it, but those would be the steps I go through first because the first few steps are simple. It's something they can do right there. And if they are already doing that, as far as they're not using a surge protector and it's plugged into that little power brick, then at that point, I would go ahead and just do a full factory reset on it, set it back up for them.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and it depends on if they're using the app or just a regular Fire Stick itself.
Well, it's when they first turn it on, or first power up the TV, they'll see the Fire Stick logo that is booting up, which makes me think they got it plugged into the TV.
Yeah, that's no good.
I'll tell you something. I was trying to play conspiracy theorist. So he's had this thing a year using nothing but Kodi on it, right? So in the last few weeks, I reprogrammed it and put a premium service on it. It's nothing to do with that premium service, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. No, it shouldn't be now.
All right.
No, that shouldn't have any impact at all on it.
Okay. I thought maybe Amazon's blocking something or, conspiracy theorists, but, you got to think
No,
about it.
it sounds like if he turns the TV on and that Fire Stick logo is coming up, that means it's probably powered to the USB on the TV, which is a no bueno.
Okay.
Just and if you don't have the brick, rent out and buy. You can get one of the ones that you use as a charger. Just make sure it's a 5-volt 2 amp or 2.1 in order to be able to supply enough power, and try that.
Okay.
I know the newest generation won't even run off most TVs at all. I've got the latest generation I just set up for my daughter, and she plugged it straight into the TV, not realizing it. And she's like, Dad, it comes on for a second, then just shuts off. I'm like, you got to plug it in TV, don't you? Well, yeah. She said, that's what you plug it in to watch. I said, no, the USB cable. She's like, oh, yeah. I said, don't do that.
Got it.
Now, hers would come up. Sometimes it would get all the way in there and she could load an app and then it would shut down and reboot.
Okay.
So, and it's an older TV. So the USB on it's not going to be very strong to begin with. So if he's got a newer TV, that could be why he's had no problem until a recent update. Because I know they pushed out another update not that long ago. That could be when his problem started.
Okay. So now, what about the update though?
Oh, it's just where they may have activated something or made tweaks to something and it's pulling a little bit more power.
Okay. So yeah,
or they could have even updated something with the HDMI, and it's not displaying it because it doesn't have enough power.
It's plugged into a surge protector.
Okay. Is it plugged into the power brick in the surge protector, or just into the USB on a surge protector?
I'll find out.
Of course, now it sounds like he's one of them awesome people that turns the surge protector off to turn everything off at once.
Right.
Which is a good thing. Yeah, if he's got it plugged into the power brick into a surge protector, he can try bypassing it, and that could point to either the power brick has gotten weak over time or the surge protector has.
Okay.
But if that still doesn't fix it, then just do the full factory reset, set it back up for him, get him up and going again.
Okay.
A lot of times, usually when I got to do that for people, I either have them drop them off or I just grab the laptop, go over there and do it real quick.
I mean, I was thinking just program it differently, just swap them out. That's probably easier.
Yeah, if you got another one that's I use one that's the same, around the same age and all, you could easily just reset the one that you got, make sure it's set up good and sign out of it and just do a quick swap for him.
I told him to try to plug it right into the wall, bypass the surge protector, and see what happens.
Yeah, that's just to eliminate, the surge protector getting weak over time, because that happens. And the one downfall of surge protectors, especially if you don't go with higher end ones, is if you get a bigger one, which there's nothing wrong with it, but if you get a bigger one, it may have too much draw on it, so it may weaken the current for a device like that.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the Fire Sticks are touchy on the current they get. That's why you can't even power them off the USB on the TV anymore. So,
gotcha.
Even though they're still 5-volt.
Okay. Appreciate it, man. Sharon? Oh, Sharon's not stepped away, huh?
Yeah, she's like, God, they're talking nerd stuff again.
No, I'm right here. I was just muted because you guys were talking. No,
God,
I'm here.
Nerd talk again.
No. I'm right here. I just mute when I'm not talking.
Take a little bit of the time away from the show to
no. This is show. All of this is the show. Because you know what? The question you asked somebody else in the chat may have been thinking the same thing. So all this is the show.
I've never
This
run
is
into
just
that.
listen. This is the MS7 show just hosted on my platform.
Right.
So this is your show, my show,
Everybody's
Ken's
show.
show, Paper show. That's right. It's everybody's show.
I've
See,
never
It's
run
on
into
my
that problem,
platform.
Mark. I've
now
never
you got
run
me
into that
looking at
problem.
surge protectors.
My
Now you got me
show?
looking at surge protectors.
Exactly. This
Look,
is
I put up the
everybody's show.
surge
It's on my platform.
I've never had issues, Mark. Never. I've never seen that issue before.
Ken, do you want to come on? I put the link is out there if you want to come on.
Yeah, I've ran into it with now I haven't with Fire Sticks, but I have with laptops. I've ran into it with laptops. I've ran into it with routers, with modems. That's the beauty of being in my field so long. You've seen a lot of it. You haven't seen everything, but you've seen a lot.
I mean, I guess I'm probably gonna have to go through ADB though, to ADB Fire or ABD Link to actually reformat that thing, right? Because it's power.
Oh, you don't have to reform it.
No.
You can just go into the menu and do a full factory reset.
Yeah.
You can't even get to that point because you can't. It doesn't stay up.
Oh, it's not intermittent; it's constant.
Right.
In that case, there's a way to do it
Okay.
using a PC.
Okay. All right, I can look it up.
Yeah. It's you use ADB. So if you got ADB or ABD link,
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can do it with that, right?
yeah, you
Okay.
just have to catch it. You plug it directly. You hook the USB up to your TV or
Mhm.
up to your PC.
Okay.
And there's a point, the instructions explain it all, but there's a point where you trigger the command right as it connects, and you can initiate the full resets and things like that way.
Gotcha. If I can't figure it out, I'm gonna hit you up, man.
All right, yeah, I had to do that with one right out of the box in order to get it to boot up. I had one that just continuously rebooted,
Wow.
and I did that in order to fix it, but it took a while. It wasn't, the first time it worked.
Mhm.
I had to power cycle it, disconnect and reconnected USB several times to catch it just right. But
Gotcha.
it's kind of like working with the older cell phones. You remember how you used to have to do them
Mm-hmm.
when you'd break them by accident? Yeah, kind of same thing.
I feel like we used to have to jump those. I thought with like paper clips and stuff back in the day, like back in the analog days. I feel like, but I could be
Oh
wrong.
yeah. There was a time when you used to have to do
Okay.
stuff like that.
I got it.
Back in the day with Dish Network boxes.
Hmm.
I remember that.
JTAG.
My God.
Well, back in there, I also had an actual cable box.
Yeah, right.
I remember dealing with C-band.
Hey, I used to love the DirecTV football cards, though. I used to love programming them.
Oh, I've dealt with C-band satellites.
Oh yeah, I remember those cards.
And the satellites that had the big freaking 12-foot dish out in your yard.
Oh yeah. My old house, we had a big ass satellite.
Yeah. My brother-in-law had one of them for years and years, one of the old C-bands. That's the only reason I messed with it. Then later down the road, I got into now my brother did the cards and all that, but I got into FTA boxes.
Free chair.
Yeah. Reprogramming them to pull in everything.
Those things weren't cheap either.
Well, you could get a Pansat 3500 SD for about 150.
Oh, that's not bad.
And the nice thing about them is they had an SD reader in them, so you could put everything on an SD card for somebody, and they could do firmware updates through it. You could put your channel guide that you built on it, and then that way they could update their channel guide with that one if you had to update that, the whole 9 yards. So it was nice. It made it handy. And my house, it was true redneck. I had like 3 satellite dishes on my telephone pole out in front of the house. And because I was pulling in all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
And
I tell you what, though, DirecTV got smart with it, though, because I tell you what, as soon as you reprogram them things, and they send those hashes out, oh, man, down again.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then
hours.
That's because they use a different video encryption than Dish Network. That's why Dish Network was always hit. because by those boxes because it was easy for them to reverse it. Now, because of their video encryption, that's why the FTA boxes never worked for DirecTV because they had specific decoders that were not compatible with DirecTV. That's why they were never affected by that market.
Oh, okay.
That's where DirecTV was smart. And instead of switching out the hardware encoding and everything, Dish Network just kept changing their encryption.
Mm-hmm.
So all the boxes just kept reversing the encryption.
Gotcha.
Hell, they spent hundreds of millions changing that encryption over and over, if not reaching $1 billion or more.
For DirecTV?
Dish Network. Because I remember when they went to NAG 2, Nagravision 2, and then going past it, because it took them a while to hit NAG 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they even went past that after it got cracked. And it was hilarious because they spent I don't know how many hundreds of millions switching to NAG 2.
Wow.
And then it got hit within months. They had that reversed. Not too, I mean, it wasn't quick, but they still was able to reverse it. And at that point, they were back where they started. So, I mean, and all they had to do, of course, that would have cost them probably hundreds of millions to swap out everybody's equipment because it would require different hardware decoders. But that would have knocked out the entire market. The entire market.
I tell you what, you can always count on it to go down during special events like pay-per-view fights with DirecTV.
Oh yeah,
always.
That's when they would plan it. Oh yeah,
yep.
they weren't
dumb.
dumb.
The hash out and then it's over.
Yeah, they weren't dumb. They changed things during big events.
Oh yeah. But you got so many channels, and that was a little bit of money in that, man. It's a couple $100 to program them cards for like 4 or 5 months, you know.
Oh yeah, and like I said, my brother he dealt with the cards for years, but he got out of it eventually. But
a lot of maintenance, man. A lot of maintenance.
Oh yeah, and that's why I never did it. I was like, I'll see. Yeah, I'm checking out these new boxes that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up getting into them because he see me. I was just blasting them.
Mm-hmm.
He went with different brands though to try to make more money.
Right.
But I went with them Pansats and I stuck with them. They were rock solid. I knew the developer doing the firmware updates, and I could just give them an SD card, and they would never have to unhook their box. They would just stop by with the SD card. I would load it up for them. They'd take it back with them. So it was kind of like the cards, in a sense, because they could bring you their card, their football card. You could do the card, and then it's good to go. Same thing with the SD cards. I just transfer the files over. They take it home, go through a few menu options. They're up and running.
Okay.
Yep.
So I had printed out instructions. I always gave them. They always kept them, and they'd be able to apply the new firmware update to fix the key, or apply the new channel guide if they change stuff up for the channels.
619 OTA. I think that question right there, the one you asked about the dish, DirecTV. I think that's a Telegram question. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't think they have those for Direct anymore.
Oh, okay.
I've been out of that field for ages.
And Dish as well.
Yeah, I've been out of that field for it seems like almost 20 years now.
Okay,
when Nagravision 2 came out, is when I got out of it. Because Nagravision 2 had them down for like 6 months or something. If I remember right, it was Nag 2 that had them down for like 6 months. The funny thing in the States about those boxes was them boxes were ruled legal by the FCC 100%. You just couldn't sell them pre-programmed to do that stuff. And they ruled it was legal for you to modify the box yourself to do it. That's why you seen them boxes on eBay all day long back then.
Yes.
And then they would just send you a pamphlet with the box that says, "Go here, download this file, put it on an SD card, and load it." God, I remember I had a Toyota Sienna van, and I remember I had a current adapter in it to where I could hook a TV up to it in a box, and I'd pull up somebody's house and everything to set their dish and get their dish lined up, and I'd hook it straight up to a box in that TV. And
yeah, that was a pain. The alignment was a pain.
Yep, but I tell you what, when you're using an actual box and you have their vehicle parked right next to the dish, only take a few minutes.
Yeah, that was the biggest headache. The alignment.
Oh yeah, because normally if you didn't do that, you'd have someone in the house yelling out to you,
right?
In order to do it, like, yeah, turn it a little bit back to the left.
Memories now, man. That was a pain. That thing would beep. You know what I mean? It would beep, and it was crazy.
That's why I had that adapter, and I had a TV and a little 13-inch TV,
right?
And I had a box with me that just for that. I'd hook it up, so I had a full blown box.
Right.
That's how I aligned them.
That's crazy, man. And you know, the slightest couple inches here or there would just throw the whole thing off.
Oh, dude, you could bump it, tightening it back down after you got lined up and knock it out of alignment.
Now, what was the percentage? It was like 75 or 80% you needed to get good. To get the good.
They recommended 80, but I always got mine like 94 or higher.
Okay. Damn, boy, you bring back memories, man. I used to deal with a company in Canada, too, matter of fact, where I used to get the scripts from and the programmer. So they would send me scripts. Every time it go down, they send you a script via email and you reprogram them.
No, I dealt with a guy in Hong Kong. He was the one writing them.
Okay.
For the PanSats.
It was pretty fascinating, too, man, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. I used to love it. I made my own channel list. Using what was it? C# channel editor. What it was called. And I used it to create my own channel guides for it. That way, I had everything in a specific order and grouped together.
That's a good point. If you didn't have that clear sky view, you're short with DirecTV or Dish.
Oh yeah, Butcher. Yeah, it's living, and a lot of the people I dealt with lived out in the country.
And rain's another issue.
Oh yeah, that's why I got them 94% or higher. That way they at least lasted through light rains.
Right.
And I had several buddies that worked for DirecTV and Dish Network as far as contractors. So I would get LMBs and dishes all day long from them, and I'd get like $20 for a whole dish setup, as far as the satellite dish and the LMBs.
That's cheap. The LMB is that little white thing, right, on the front.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yep, and I would get the 3 LMB setup from them for like $20. And when I got out of doing the boxes, I started selling the horde of them that I had for like $50 for the LMB itself on eBay. And I couldn't keep them. I mean, and then when I started doing that guy ended up going in with me. And instead of me buying from him, he would just give them to me and we'd split the money.
So now the LMBs did what? Different boxes, like multiple boxes or multiple. What was the reason for those again? I forgot now.
The 3 LMB setup would connect to 3 different satellites.
There you go.
At once, the 99, 110, and 119.
Okay.
Or 102, depending on the setup you were doing. Because I did some setups where I had 2 dishes, so that I could. They was also pulling in actual FTA satellites that were free. So it just depended on the setup, but you used the 3 LMB ones so you could pull in all 3 of the Dish Network satellites at once. Yeah, Butcher, I even mess with the cards for the PCs where you could run the satellite dish to the PC and run it on the PC too. Those were interesting, but that was more for a hobby deal than it was compared to like the boxes. See,
like little memories.
Yeah, I just couldn't deal with the boxes with the cards, man. I couldn't do it, or the J tag. I'm like, that's just, yeah, I'm like, that's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's like, well, you spend a lot of time on them channel guides. I'm like, I'd rather spend time on a channel guide than having somebody breathe down my back trying to fix their card or J tag their box.
You would get calls all the time too.
Yep, and with them with the Pansat boxes, I mean, they would give me a call and say, "Hey, man, I'm going to stop by with my SD card such and such time. Was there an update put out?" And I'd tell them yes or no, and if I told them no, they'd be like, "All right, just let me know."
Mm-hmm.
And I'd let them know. I'd start calling my people every time an update came out, and then eventually I set up a email list, and I just email them. Send out an email to it like, "Hey, there's an update. Just stop by with your cards. Here's going to be my availability." They'd stop by that coming weekend or through the week if I wasn't working, and we'd do it.
Tell you what, I learned a lot about inverters for your car, and a lot of laptop usage, man. When I was doing that,
Oh yeah,
carry that thing around.
Yep. Well, I still got a laptop I carry around.
Okay.
Because now, use it for boxes.
Wow.
Stroll down memory lane.
Yeah.
Now we've had our history lesson. I'm just teasing.
Right.
Now that we know these two guys' rough age. Yeah, it could all be a hassle, but the nice thing about when I switched to Pansat boxes, which they had other boxes out there that were a lot higher end. One model of the Pansats with the SD card you get for $99. But those just made it easy for the end user. That's why I went with those, because I could throw the firmware file into a folder on the SD card, the channel guide into another one, and they literally within 5 clicks of the remote, they'd have it fixed or a new channel guide. So, and the reason I did my own channel guides, the main reason was adult and non-adult. Because if they had kids, they'd like, look, we don't want all the adult channels. So I just wouldn't include them in the guide. And I'd actually block them through the guide. They'd be locked out that way. That's another reason I like the Pansat boxes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and wind down the show because we passed our 2-hour mark. And we love having you on here, whether you're talking about food or technology.
Yeah, I might have to fix me something to eat.
Huh?
So speaking of that, I might have to fix me something to eat before work.
Yeah. You ever have a topic you want to talk about? You're welcome to come on here and just talk about whatever. You already know that.
We usually find
it's
something.
It's my platform. Oh, exactly. We usually find something to pick up on. And stuff. But yeah, let me see what the butcher said real quick. People don't want it. It's exactly, it's crazy.
I tell you what.
Yeah, we didn't have any food talk today, Southern Tech Girl. So you didn't miss the food talk today because we didn't talk about any food today.
Now, the adult stuff, a lot more people want it now than they used to. And I think back then they wanted it, they just wouldn't admit it.
Yeah, probably so.
What it is all them people that had kids back then, they didn't want them watching it. Now them kids are gone. So they're like, all right, we can have it.
Well, you talk about those extracurricular channels?
Yeah, extracurricular. That's one way to look at it.
What's up, Southern Tech Girl? How you doing?
How you doing?
Miss Nell's in the chat too. Miss Nell's in the chat too.
Yeah. Yeah. Better retract that. But
You speak to Miss Nell. She seems
mhm. How you doing, Miss Nell? I'm gonna speak to you, Miss Nell. How you doing this morning, dear? It's such a blessing to have you on our show today. Since Marco said he lost his man.
I know. He just did not acknowledge you at all today, Miss Nell.
No,
What's
we
up with
got
that?
you. Don't even worry about Marco.
I know.
Man,
What's wrong with you?
my phone was.
No, I don't know if I seen Miss Octavia. Let me scroll back up.
Oh,
Mhm.
what's
Now,
up with
Miss
that?
Octavia, she may have came.
if I'm
She
not
did come
mistaken,
earlier.
Yeah, I
Pardon
think
me?
she was in earlier, Sharon.
if I'm not
Yeah, sure
mistaken,
was.
Yeah, she was on
Sure
earlier.
was, because she said she was waiting for the vet.
What?
She came today too.
see now, if
Let's
I'm
speak
not
to all your
mistaken,
ladies.
I've got Miss Nell covered every day because I think she's on my Plex.
Mm-hmm. See?
So I got her covered, I think, every day.
Oh, see?
Don't worry.
You're supposed to speak to all these ladies. Marco's not just one of them.
She'll, once I get my stuff situated, they're all coming with a Maplex.
They all can come over to
They want more than 20 shows. Come on.
5 years.
Okay, Marcos, not 1080, not
Hey,
7.
Mod, 5 years from now.
Right now, what do I got? Let me see. Well, 14.
Oh no. But I tell you what, I started watching an animated series called F is for Family, and all I got to say is I about fell out of my chair.
That's all in. That's
That's not Fox show. That's a Netflix show, right?
Yeah, it's Netflix.
That's a version of All in the Family, mighty much.
Yeah, it takes place back in the 70s, and F is for Family is freaking hilarious. If you don't mind cursing in a cartoon,
Yeah, well, that's cool. Speaking of cartoons, season 3 of Carmen Sandiego just got released today.
Season 3 of what?
Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, Carmen Sandiego. Okay, that's Cam's show. She loves that show, Carmen Sandiego. Then my dog.
Because I was on my phone and I was grabbing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
This season, from what I can see, is only 5 episodes. So I was grabbing that, and that's why I get the connection on my phone dropped.
I need to start watching, once I get caught up on F is for Family, I'm going to start watching that new one, Star Trek Lower Deck.
God. Is that any good?
I don't know. It looks like it's funny as crap, so I'm going to have to watch it and see.
Because I seen it on, I think, on one of my Spanish sites. I remember. I never got around to grabbing it.
It looks good. It's a new show. It looks good. I think they got 9 episodes out right now.
Well, from the looks of it, CBS are actually the one who CBS is the one putting it out.
Yeah. It looks good for sure. Definitely looks good.
I might grab it.
Now, one to throw out there, if you like science fiction, Raised by Wolves is an excellent one.
Oh yeah, we watched one episode about it, but we got to catch up on it because there's no telling how many episodes is up now. So we did watch the first episode, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, the first several episodes Ridley Scott directed, but he's involved in the series as a whole. So,
yeah, the first episode was pretty good.
Yeah, he's one of the producers. So, but he directs like the first few episodes. So it's definitely good. I like it. It caught my attention.
What's the
catching up to do then? And I caught up on all the episodes of Power Book 2, and I'm really liking it. So, yeah, it was really good. And I didn't think I was going to like it that much, being that
all 4 episodes,
main characters, all 4 episodes I've watched. All 4 episodes. I'm ready for the 5th episode.
Well, they came out the gate. They came out the gate running for sure with that one.
For sure, yes. And I love the fact that they kept the original theme song. I'm glad they didn't change that. So,
well, I think
that partially makes the show too.
I think that theme song is going to be used for the whole universe.
That's good because
for every spin-off.
Hopefully, keep a good theme going.
The last 2 or 3 books that they got in the works.
That's good.
All right, now.
Oh my God! What the? Oh my
God! Okay, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and Marcos, you have any final goodbyes you like to say?
What we living?
Oh,
We
really?
leaving.
Yeah, we're leaving. It's for 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Hey, you know, we usually
I
go
can do
3 or 4 hours.
marathons. Pardon me?
So we usually go 3 or 4 hours here.
Yeah,
You
You know.
we usually do about 3.
That's what she
you'll be
said.
sleeping in a few minutes.
We usually do about
You
3
will be
or 4 hours.
sleeping in a few minutes. As soon as your
You know what?
breakfast
I started late, Sharon. I got a little gas left in the tank. I got on here late.
Right.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for coming. Have a good morning and afternoon. Adios, Miss Nell. Adios, Miss Latavia. Adios, Alenita girl. And see you on the time.
All right, make sure you speak to all of them.
I did.
Oh, all right. Butcher said he grabbed raised by wolves. Let me see real quick. Ken said,
I think 2 or 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. Let me see next. Blamo, you have anything you'd like to say? I guess
Blamo come back.
But we put him to sleep with all the nerd talk.
I know.
Oh, sorry. I was muted.
Oh,
Thanks for having me.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Before
great
Blamo go,
luck
wait a minute.
to,
Blamo, before you say your goodbyes, Blamo has a great Telegram group that he's put back out. Could you please tell us? Could you please put Blamo's Telegram group up Blamo's channel? But could you tell us a little more about you for those who you may have came before? Because he has had great wizards in the past.
Oh, geez, you want to know a little bit about me now?
Okay, well, you know, just tell us about your Telegram group and stuff because you're doing it, everything.
It's pretty much just and anything else I'll say here is pretty much just read the pin post and that's where you'll get all the information about what I do and stuff, and just be respectful to others, and that's about all.
Okay.
But
this is go ahead.
Have a great week and stay safe and enjoy the rest of the month.
Yeah, month's almost over. Or actually, month is
already.
The month.
Right.
As don't even though it's Trooper's birthday, don't go by
Don't get drunk.
first of the month.
Which means my 32nd birthday is in a month.
Don't go by Bone Thugs and Harmony now.
That means everyone got paid. Go get drunk.
Right.
All right.
So, Ken, I just checked for F is for family and it's 4 seasons.
Okay, it's 4 seasons. Okay.
There's another cartoon that's hilarious. It's 2020 and it's about aliens. It's hilarious.
What's the name of it?
Oh, I forget.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, have a great day, JJ. Next, my dear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on here this morning. It's a good conversation that's going today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope everybody has a great day. And find you something good to watch tonight and sit down with someone you care about, be it a friend, be it family members. Watch something new.
If you can't think of anything to watch Jaws and Man on Fire and be on the Butchers next Wednesday.
Man on Fire. Denzel Washington.
Pardon me?
Denzel Washington, right? Man on Fire.
Yeah, Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Safe House.
All right. Stars Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington.
Isn't that right? That's not Ryan Reynolds.
Pardon me?
Is that Ryan Reynolds? Oh, the girl.
No, Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington.
Right. I'm thinking about Safe House.
Denzel Washington movie. Penn?
I want to thank everybody for tuning in for the morning show. Appreciate everybody. And hey, come join us again tomorrow. Till next time, peace out. Thank you for watching.
Yes, and before I say my goodbyes, I'm going to go ahead and say my goodbyes, and then we left with Trooper, and then followed by Deacon Butler with the praise and benediction. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I'd like to thank Ma Dear for blessing our panel, as well as Blanimo and Marcos for coming by. And I'd like to thank the chat. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. So I really thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't on your way in, on your way out, make sure you press that like, share, subscribe button, press that bell icon so you get all the notifications for when the MS7 morning show go live. And we will see you tomorrow morning on the MS7 morning show. And with that being said, we'll turn it over to Trina.
Like I always say, thank y'all for coming. See you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Y'all have a wonderful day, because I'm sure I am. And see you on the next one. Peace.
And Trooper, we'd like to thank you on your special day, on your birthday. And thank you for being one of the best mods. Actually, you're the best mod.
I thought he was a factory rat who traveled out of town and come.
Hey, what is that?
Don't forget everybody.
Happy birthday to you once again. Deacon Butler? Butler?
Mayordomo.
Butler, come back.
You fell asleep?
Did he leave off that quick?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Short and sweet. Thank everybody for coming. Trooper, happy birthday. Thank Blamo. Thank Maud. Great conversation. Everybody in MS7. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Short and
All right.
sweet.
Great show.
My
Thank you all.
Go there now.